For the first time, I have to say that I believe many of those in charge in the right-leaning media are actually at odds with what's best for you, the viewer, the customer, and more importantly, the country.
I agree with Steven Crowder, but we come at it from different perspectives. He has waged a war against the Daily Wire following his decision to go independent and launch his own media company. He claims the conservative media has become a censorious cabal. Let's watch more.
We here at Mug Club, we thought that we were all in this together, that we were fighting the media, entertainment, industrial complex. We thought that we were all genuinely taking it to big tech. But too many of those in charge of the big conservative platforms are verifiably in bed with them.
This is basically Shapiro versus Crowder. And I hate that Crowder is making us take Ben Shapiro's side, but there is someone who's clearly right and clearly wrong in this case. And Shapiro is right and Crowder is wrong. So guys, think about it, man. 4 days a week, that's it. You get 4 weeks off. And by the way, you can take other days off to go touring, et cetera, as long as he makes up for it. We'll give you some of the more interesting details of the contract in a second. But these are the same right wing who minimize slavery. Oh, we shouldn't teach racism and slavery and all that stuff, critical race theory, get it out of the schools, right? And then he's like, only $50 million over 4 years when I barely have to work. It's like slavery.
It's amazing, it really is.
And his show's an hour long and then half an hour behind the paywall. That's like half the size of our show, right? Like the guy just barely does anything. He goes out and he's like, oh no, black people and gay people suck. Ah! And he thinks $50 million is slavery?
It's insane.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder, what a nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave, remember I told you? I said, I guarantee you he's gonna do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Oh, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with mental health issues. Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own fighting.
I gotta say,
it's just hilarious. Let's bring on FM.
You would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you make
is Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
And not just attempting to get your audience by jumping in.
Well, I debated with Charlie Kirk. Steven, I mean, it's about issues. Let's talk about those issues.
That's what you're doing here.
Valid points.
You're so clever. I had no idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts eyes.
I wish everything.
You take those off with a velveteen buttons.
We must have been very worried about this, Steven. I don't know why.
No one's worried about it. I didn't want to do it.
Let's have a debate.
Come on, I'll tell you what. I have a general. This
is a great opportunity.
I don't start a debate based with people on a lie. And how about you get
sabotaging?
How about you get
Steven, show yourself, you coward. Steven, show yourself. Don't show your co-host.
Ethan, you should show yourself.
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven, you are such a coward. Stop showing your little leprechaun co-host who comes out dressed like your sidekick.
Drama.
Okay. I gotta give you one piece of context and then Cenk. I love the story. Okay. If you caught Crowder say to Sam Seder, you ended your show early, what he's referring to is how he's been constantly keeping tabs on Sam Seder because he was afraid that this was gonna happen.
Oh God, he's so.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay. Oh, those big guns ain't gonna protect you from Sam Seder, are they?
Many other people knew about this behind the scenes. Some, not all, but some of them in positions of power, influence, leverage, knew of this. They also knew that the safety of my children included keeping it private. So if you're familiar with the idea of extortion, then you know the feeling well. Now, some of these threats were so thinly veiled that I'm frankly surprised you didn't all guess immediately.
Steven has a lot going on, I guess is the best way to say it. He has a lot going on, and that should be clear because people don't do stuff like this if there's not a lot going on in their lives. I would like to implore my audience and everybody that isn't paying attention to the situation not to condemn him, but to pray for him. You know, maybe if I feel in further defense, some things should be said, or maybe if I feel that the public has a right to understand certain circumstances.
And I will continue to do whatever is necessary to protect my children. Discussing the divorce any further on social media or on this show or in any public space is not what's best for them. I'll be handling this through the proper legal avenues and channels available as a matter of record in which I have more than full confidence. So I'd ask that you understand the need for and respect our privacy in what is obviously a pretty tough time.
Look, we've talked about this before, but Steven Crowder seems to have an affinity for cross-dressing, which I don't have a problem with whatsoever. But he seems to like it a lot, and he's a conservative who, has the so-called conservative values that's against transgender people, drag queens. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and I didn't. Okay, so it could be that, but there's no question that Candace Owens was insinuating something bad,
something nefarious.
Right, and now if he's an actual cross-dresser, we don't think that's bad, but they do, right? And so Candace definitely took a massive shot back at Crowder, for sure. Then, but was it extortion? No. She didn't say, unless you do X, Y, or Z, I'm gonna go to the police, or I'm gonna do this or that. No, people throw around this word extortion, and they're not at all careful with it. So I think it's totally BS that it was.
Unless there's something
behind the scenes.
Yet. Exactly,
right,
there could be some communication behind the scenes that we're not privy to yet. We'll see how this develops.